In this video, we're explaining the parameters for successful parade routes and how to create landscape scene borders on your model railroad.
Hello and welcome to a video tutorial in which we will continue to talk about track planning. I got tons of positive feedback from the last video where we went over some track work fundamentals just to avoid the worst type of track combinations plus staging or train storage. In this video we'll talk about parade routes or Paradstrecken as the Germans say. It's basically a place where your trains will show off. And it's not rocket science, but there are some distinct features which you should be aware of when planning your parade routes to get the best from them.
Before going into the parade routes and the parameters for that, we need to have a look at another topic, and that is how to create scene borders in your landscape. The most common and obvious way to do this is by making tunnels and mountains. This is, for instance, my station down in the harbor, which has the border both to left and right from a tunnel. You might now ask yourself, why do I have to care about scene borders really? Well, a train needs at least two destinations to have a meaningful train traffic on your layout. And that means that you have to have a divider in the landscape somehow which differentiates destination 1 from destination 2. Now, besides from tunnels, you can also use curves to create the dividers you need in your landscape. There's also another reason why you might want to transform a curve into a divider, and that is because the curves on a model railroad are typically way too sharp to look realistic, and then it's easier to hide both the curve and create a division in the landscape by adding a small hill or a few trees along that curve, hiding the curve, creating two different scenes. The curve you see here divides the branch line station Vinkelboda from the main station area. Another way you can divide things is by groups of trees. So adding 3-4 trees in a group, and like here I've divided the sawmill area from the line passing behind it. I choose to do this since the incoming line has no direct relation to the sawmill area. Here's the same trick used down in the harbor. I've used a group of trees to divide the dock from the harbor station, which is located behind, just 1 foot or 3 decimeters. So the distance is very short. The group of trees help me to divide the dock from the station. So now let's have a look at the parade routes. This parade route was limited in one end by a tunnel. It's a straight parade route mainly, with a slight bend in each end, and it's terminated in this end by an overpass. So that's the arrangement for this. Here's another parade route. This is on my layout. I have a tunnel as the divider in one end. And then I've selected a S-curved parade route. This was my choice since I think it allows for more interesting footage than just having a straight parade route. Anyway, when you lay parade route, use flex tracks. So even if you're building your entire layout with sectional tracks, use flex tracks for the parade route. The advantage with flex tracks, beside from the very wide radiuses you can create, is that you can ease in and ease out of the curves plus creating super elevation, which means that the trains are banking in the curves. Another advantage with flex tracks is that you can reduce the CC dimension between the tracks from whatever dimension the geometry of your sectional tracks has. Like in my case here, I'm reducing from the standard 77.4 millimeter down to 54 millimeters along this parade route. A good rule of thumb is to plan the length of the parade route so it's longer than the longest train you have planned to run on your layout. In this video here, you can clearly see both how the train is banking in the curves and how I've used curve easements to get a nice transition in and out of the curve. So here are some options you have for planning the parade route. Make sure that it's longer than the longest train. You can have it straight curved or S-curved. Use flexible tracks to create curve easement, super elevation, and to achieve reduced track CC. It all contributes to nice looking parade routes.
All right. So that's a few tips and tricks how to get your parade routes really pop and to put your trains on a really nicely looking display while they're passing on the main. And I hope you have use for the information provided in this video and that it's something you can take back to your design and integrate it and get these fantastic parade route which your layout deserves. If you have use for the information provided in this channel, please support the channel, from $1-2 per month by becoming a patron. So all you need to do is get over to Patreon, follow the link which is in the end of the video here, and set up a support account there from $1-2, or make a one-off donation using the PayPal dialog found in the video description below. And if you have not yet subscribe to the channel, enable that little bell and you will get a notification once next video gets published. Until that happens, see you.